How many school children suffered fatal injuries while getting on or off their school bus? And what can CDL holders and transportation directors expect from new and proposed FMCSA rulemakings? We'll get to that and more in just a moment. Welcome to another episode of The Route, School Bus Fleet's content series that keeps you in the know. I'm Amanda Huggett, your executive editor. Today we're going to cover top news and trends in the school transportation industry for the last time in 2024. The route is brought to you by Thomas Built Buses, a leader in pupil transportation. Let's get rolling. Unfortunately, we're starting out with some not so great news. The Kansas State Department of Education released its annual loading and unloading survey and revealed the results at the NASDP's conference last November. That's the Association for State Transportation Directors, by the way. For the 2023 to 2024 school year, 6 children died from injuries sustained while getting on or off their school bus, with 48 states reporting in, 5 states witnessed fatalities. The children involved range in ages from 5 to 15. In New York, a boy ran in front of the bus and was struck by the right front wheel. A girl in the same state crossed in front of her bus to load, but the driver didn't see her and moved forward. In Georgia, a girl was killed while crossing the street to board her bus when an oncoming vehicle failed to stop. In Florida, a boy dropped his football under the bus and crawled underneath to retrieve it. And in Alabama, a girl was struck in her yard by a vehicle swerving around traffic that was stopped for the bus. Finally, in Texas, a boy was hit by a semi when he got off the bus. Now, I've left some of the details out of those reports because they're a little bit too hard to read aloud on video. But the full report and all the statistics are available on our website, and we'll include the link below. Another update that we received at the NASDP's conference was from the FMCSA. Larry Miner was there to provide the current status on various rulemakings from the federal agency. The 2021 rule requiring CDL holders with traffic violations to be reported to state licensing agencies went into effect this past August. It aims to remove unsafe drivers from the road by downgrading licenses for those with concerning driver history. As of just a few weeks ago, information from the Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse is now also being reported for CDL holders. And this next summer, a new rule goes into effect for medical information to be automatically provided to state licensing agencies to ease the process previously required manual submission. Vehicles themselves are also receiving new rulemakings. One will require automatic emergency braking systems on commercial vehicles that will help prevent crashes if the driver fails to brake as needed. And the agency developed new guidance for automated driving systems to ensure that any automated technology is being used appropriately. There is also talk of speed limiters coming back to the forefront, but no target date yet. Miner also touched on safety fitness procedures for contractors, LDT training audits, and school bus exemptions for CDL skills testing. Please check out the full article on our website for all of the details. Our next stop is at a new report released by Hop Skip Drive on behalf of the Equitable Access to Transportation Advisory Council. This group formed last spring, and just before Thanksgiving in the US, they released a set of 10 key recommendations for systemic change in achieving equity in student transportation. The 10 recommendations are: 1, to develop dedicated vulnerable student transportation services. 2, create community transportation hubs. 3, launch rural and urban transportation programs. 4, implement GPS tracking and communication systems. 5, expand carpool and rideshare partnerships. 6, create tiered income-based pricing models. 7, implement bullying prevention programs. 8, promote safer rides in school zones. 9, address transportation workforce barriers. And finally, 10, advocate for increased funding and research. All of the recommendations are aimed at vulnerable populations and reducing current challenges. Again, the full report is available on our website if you'd like to check out even more of the details. Now let's stop by some of the school bus manufacturers for some news and updates. The biggest news comes from Microbird, who just announced its first US production facility. As Nova Bus ends its operations next year, Microbird will move into the space in Plattsburgh, New York. The company plans to double its production capacity to meet demand for its Type A buses and to better complement its US dealer network. Work on the $30 million facility begins in 2025. Over at Thomas Built Buses, 3 new dealers have joined their Platinum Support Program. They are Western Mountain Bus Sales of Nampa, Idaho, Myers Equipment of Canfield, Ohio, and Velocity Truck Centers in British Columbia. Thomas Built said that to qualify, dealers must offer unparalleled service, go above and beyond, and meet rigorous standards toward operational excellence. 2 OEMs have also just released earnings reports. Bluebird beat its guidance with an all-time record performance for fiscal year 2024. They reported net sales of $1.3 billion, which is up 19%, which is a record EBITDA of $183 million, and 900 buses sold. 700 of those were electric, which is 30% more than last year. They've upped their 2025 guidance to $200 million as a result. Green Power also announced shareholder highlights, including increasing production and improving manufacturing processes, which they believe will result in higher profits. For Q2 of their fiscal year 2025, they reported revenues of $5.3 million, which is an increase of 78% over the previous quarter. They delivered 11 electric buses and 11 vans and have a new order from Arizona for buses under the Clean School Bus program. Now, we all know about the huge problem of the rise in illegal stop-arm passings and speeding in school zones and around the bus, and we continue to gather more and more numbers around these issues. Vera Mobility recently conducted a study in Jacksonville, Florida, where they caught almost 10,000 speeding violations in just 3 days in 11 school zones. Ironically, when Floridians were surveyed, 80% said that they would support cameras in school zones to catch speeders, and even more support cameras on buses for stop laws. In October, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration released a 190-page report detailing laws across the country for passing stopped buses. Essentially, it found large variances across the states regarding how they handle illegal passing. But we also know that the NSTSA is working on advocating for a public campaign to address the safety issue, so I expect we'll be hearing much more about efforts and solutions soon. Our last stop today is another request from yours truly. School Bus Fleet is gearing up for another year of awards, and we've just opened up nominations for both our Administrator of the Year and Trailblazer Awards. We're looking for strong leaders and innovators in the field to recognize with these honors, so please tell us about the amazing school administrators you know and anyone in the industry under 40 who deserves recognition. We've also got our special needs survey closing on January 6th, so we hope that you respond to that as well. You can find information on all these surveys and awards on our website right now, and we'll also include the links below. Well, that's it for this year. You can find more school bus headlines and hot topics on our website anytime. Be sure to follow our YouTube channel and connect with us on social media. And a big thank you to our sponsor of the route, Thomas Built Buses, a leader in pupil transportation. We'll see you again in 2025 for more episodes of The Route. Thank you for stopping by.